White patronage intensified the filtering. Patrons did not simply fund artists, they shaped them. Money came with expectations, moral discipline, political restraint, aesthetic compliance. Artists who conformed often sustained longer careers. Those who resisted faced sharper consequences. Freedom collided with funding. White patron Charlotte Osgood Mason financed Langston Hughes, Zora Neale Hurston, and Alan Locke, providing stipends while demanding control over their output. Carl Van Vechten helped open doors to white publishers and audiences, yet his influence often reinforced the white gaze by exoticizing Black life. In the Cotton Club, the imbalance between Black performers and white employers was visible. It showcased brilliant talent and paid well compared to many other venues, launching the careers of Duke Ellington and Cab Calloway. But Black audiences were excluded, white patrons filled the room, and white owners took the profits, and lighter-skinned performers were preferred. That was an uplift, that was extraction. Respectability was framed as protection, but it functioned as a gate, and white patronage and institutional support were framed as opportunity, yet preserved white control while extracting Black culture. Colorism was not merely personal bias, it was economic sorting. The Harlem Renaissance makes this clear. Black culture could be celebrated and commodified without Black people gaining power over ownership, narrative, or legacy. This pattern, celebration without protection, profit without power, and visibility without access, continues to shape Black cultural life and creativity today. This week, we've seen the Harlem Renaissance was shaped not just by talent, but by systems and institutions that elevated some voices and constrained others. Before our next lecture, sit with our reflection question and leave your answer in the comments. If culture cannot circulate without systems, and systems hold power, how should we interpret artistic success during the Harlem Renaissance? Whose legacy, in your opinion, do you believe was most effectively preserved by gatekeeping structures? Next, in Unit 3, People, Performance, and Infrastructure, we'll trace individual lives to see how economic pressure, political constraint, and racial scrutiny shaped not only artistic output, but survival and deeply unequal outcomes. These uneven outcomes shaped who was preserved, who was protected, and who had to be rediscovered decades later. Because culture doesn't exist in the abstract. It lives in bodies, careers, and material conditions. I'll see you next lecture.